You know what? Fuck the backstory. I'm trying to take my dog out to go to the bathroom. Let's see what happens when we go out the front door. Okay, seems clear. Seems fine. Come on, go. Do business. Here. Do business there. So they got all kind of stuff in the yard right by our back door, tower balloons, and this lady's out there, and she comes toward us as right out there's the dog doing its business, and I'm not cleaning it up right now. She had to do her business, yeah, and we go out the side door, and she lunges at first because she's acts a little vicious, and this lady's coming where you saw the stack of balloons. She's coming toward us as I'm trying to get her in the house, as she's all vicious and snarling and barking and pulling on me and shit. The lady starts coming toward me. My dog. Interested in going out there. Well, not trying to act like a weirdo or whatever, but these stack of balloons, one of them is real close to the door here, and they're using up the whole middle or whatever, like it's all theirs. It's not all theirs. Why wouldn't you put it on one side? I'm not even gonna. I don't like a bunch of people in my yard. I don't want to have to try to go in my yard when there's a bunch of people in my yard. People in my yard make me fucking nervous. That's why we have fences and shit. It's not whatever. Sure, fucking whatever. Is it pissing me off because somebody's trying to have a good time? No. But this is my fucking yard too. No, that's wrong. It's not my yard too. It's not their yard too. This isn't a shared fucking yard, and they're just gonna do whatever they please. And I can't take my fucking dog out. So the only motherfucking way I'm gonna man, I ain't saying shit to nobody, is to go show how it's encroaching. I don't wanna. Yeah, that's not encroaching at all. That's not inconveniencing me or encroaching into my personal space. That's exactly what it's doing. I got a right to say something. Sure the fucking won't be to them. That'd be just starting shit, wouldn't it? Oh, you're gonna stop whining when I got the camera on you. Yeah, my dog wanting to go enjoy her yard. So this must be only the beginning of this shit today, because did you see how many goddamn chairs they had sitting there? I think you might have to get a permit for that shit, yeah? Let 50 motherfucking people be in my yard. Bullshit. Before I put this little addition in here, I'm going to say, how the fuck would you expect me to use this goddamn driveway if this piece of shit's sitting there all the motherfucking time? It's been broke down for a week or whatever the fuck's been wrong with it. But it's been there before that. It's been there. I'm going to have to go next door and knock on their fucking door for them to move their shit if I want to use my own motherfucking driveway. And what I had to add was, if the door was on the proper side of the motherfucking house and we had a fence on this side of the house blocking off this yard from that, I wouldn't have a fucking problem today. Because that's how shit should have been. Right? Here's our fucking driveway. Here's our driveway, our actual driveway. It's where that muck is. You see all that muck? I'm going to go out there. Where that muck is there. That's where the driveway used to be. You see, it came right through here, and there was a driveway on this side of the house. And I'm pretty sure there was probably a side door. That's where the driveway slope is. That means there's a driveway there, and it's not paved because the slope is still there. Shit on our stairs, toys laying around. I am not complaining about that, because I know what that's about. Little kids, they can hang out all they want. As far as having a few friends, a guest, 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or fucking 7 over to your house is not a big deal. Or you're going to have a shit ton of people over. Maybe you should let somebody know first. Maybe you should have it in your own motherfucking yard on your grass and not in both yards. Who the fuck am I, really, to say a goddamn thing to him? So what did I do? I said, fuck it. I went to take a nap. I was even laying there being lulled to sleep by the leaf blower across the street at the field, which, isn't such a bad noise when it's far away. Like I said, it was slightly lulling. So we've had tons of people through here in our yard, and there's even a little party going on our stairs, and, people just taking off from our stairs. The guy's putting the tables away. There's popping balloon sounds. And the whole time I was laying down, the music kind of wasn't that loud, and their table just hit the side of our house. It wasn't that loud, except for 5 or 6 times they turned that shit up as loud as it fucking goes. I had no choice but to hear that shit. And there's garbage in our yard already. Some balls and toys, and, they made, a huge mess, as long as they clean it up, there's nothing wrong with that. Except for I gotta fucking hear it. So, like I said, except for a couple of times they blasted that shit. They blasted that shit. They kept it down pretty much the whole rest of the time. Except for when some dumbass over there was whistling some weird ass fucking whistle with 2 breaks in it. I don't even want to fucking repeat it. Like, whoo, you get the fuck out of here. If that was my neighbor doing that every motherfucking day, I would have eventually had something to say to their face about that shit. It's ridiculous and stupid. Just like a lot of other things people do. So I don't think I stated it, that why that upset me so much to have to take my dog out front. And by the way, no, I didn't clean it up because I didn't take a bag with me, because we usually don't go out front, and I was confused and frustrated due to the matter. And, well, what's my point? I didn't want to be seen by the public today. I should have had that right. So yeah, they cleaned up the yard. They cleaned up all the garbage from our part of the yard, and there was some ride-on toys and basketball, but that's what the fuck ever. I just saw some older boy on the porch here, walking after a younger girl, or older girl. She was all crouched down. He was like flexing at her with his fist around. You know what? The motherfucker had the nerve to stand here and wave at me while I was all the way in there in the kitchen, waving at me, standing right here. Look, they're all congregated right on my porch like they live here or some shit. Yeah. Dude, I mean, straight up, like they fucking live here or some shit. They even got the little babies in my yard and shit, like they live here. I guess they live here, huh? Okay, hell, maybe I'm right. Maybe they live here. And maybe I'm a fucking ghost. And I guess we'll end this video by me saying that I found a piece of glass on the floor down there, right in the middle of the landing here. There's like a piece of cell phone glass. You protect the screen cover piece of glass right in the middle of the floor. Okay, I'm not worried about all the confetti all over the place. But what I noticed right here, exactly right here, wedged in there, was this. That's someone's hair. That's their wad of hair from whoever they had over. How fucking gross. Gonna put it right there. And that's not the only thing. I keep finding shit right there at my fucking door, like somebody's putting shit there. Once was an earring, once was something else, once was a piece of big old fucking glass. Well, little, but big enough for, you know, for you to get hurt on. Yeah. They keep putting shit in front of my fucking door. I don't give a fuck if it's them themselves, their guests, and shit's in my yard. You know, little kids do stuff, but you know, adults are responsible, aren't they? No, not anymore, they're not. I guess that means that little ride-on toy I don't give a fuck about, really. I don't wear basketball. I really don't give a fuck about them being that shit being in my yard, but then again I do. But here's my point. I get look at all these fucking bugs. That's not the point. I guess that basketball hoop is mine, right? You know what? Their yard, our yard. You see it. They call it a fucking shared yard. All they want, it's not. That's like saying they share your fucking bed with you. That's being a little dramatic. It's exaggerating, but you get my point. To top it off, not too long after I got here, the lady next door is telling my brother to make sure he cleans up after our dog. And then a week or so ago, they have their dog shitting in our fucking yard with no bag. To reiterate. Oh, and look how they cleaned up the branches so they could do their thing. They put them all back there by the piles of tires. And as far as I know, well, going by what I'm told or what I hear, you can't put car tires on the front tree lawn. But I don't see why the fuck not. They can go right the fuck on out there on bulk day. But I'll be goddamned if I'm the one to do it. And how about in the suburbs, where you can put all your branches next to the curb? You can't do that here, can you? Or should you be able to? That's something I'm not quite sure about. Why wouldn't you? Why would one place be different than another? And I'll end it with, how the fuck do you expect me to pay for some shit that you failed to deliver on your promises on? I'm not getting what I expected, which was outlined, not directly to me, but in general. I'm not getting what the fuck I paid for, so why should I pay for it?